Ismael Alsodani served in the Iraqi army for nearly 30 years and as a defense attache to the United States. He joins me now live from Washington. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it. So the protests have stopped, and judging from what we're hearing now out of Baghdad, the next step for those demonstrators is to try by legal means to get U.S. troops ejected from the country. You actually said that would happen last week, but do you think that effort will actually work?
Actually, it's as I expected that the provocation against the Americans and attacking the bases there where the American advisors are in the Iraqi bases, the potential objective is to divert the focus from the public protest against the government, and as well as to join forces of the political or Shia political parties in the parliament to draft a legislation to ask the government to ask the U.S. forces to leave Iraq. Right. This is going to be happening through the parliamentary procedures, but I don't think so that all the parliamentary or the parliament blocks would agree with this kind of proposal.
Right. So you are skeptical that they can be effective through those means. So then what happens? Will these protests just continue? They've said they'll relocate them. I'm not sure exactly where to. But would it only be protests, or do you foresee an escalation in violence if they don't get what they want?
I think this is the one of the episodes of the escalation between Iran and the United States inside Iraq. So the BMUs and their affiliates or their supporters, their political parties will continue pressuring on the government as well as on the American troops inside Iraq. Still, even the Secretary Pompeo has expressed his intention not to leave Iraq and not to reduce even the diplomatic mission inside Iraq. That is one of the main challenges that Iraq is going to face in the near future. And I think that Iraq will have lots of things to be happening. We don't know, never know that maybe the escalation will be on the political arena rather than security arena, because the security arena would make the situation even worse. And I think also that America or the United States, if reacted to the this kind of a provocation with the military means, that would be a grave mistake in the future, because that would jeopardize the situation to more escalation, unfortunately.
Okay. U.S. analysts seem to think that Iraqi supporters of Iranian-backed militia in the country are a small minority, and that, the majority of Iraqis actually do share what the U.S. vision is for Iraq. I'm wondering to what extent that's actually true, and if you could as well disclose your personal sentiment. I'm assuming if you served 30 years in the Iraqi army, you also must have seen some action against Iran. So give us a sense of where the public actually stands here.
I think the public opinion in Iraq does not want to get involved in this kind of conflict. We have any interest in the U.S.-Iran conflict inside Iraq. Iraq is a fragile state because after 2003, the political processes in Iraq is very dysfunctional, produces corruption, lack of services, and broken economy as well. And therefore, I think what is Iraqi or normal Iraqis are looking at the future is to have a strong state, a sustainable government that can provide these services and boost the economy. We are having no interest to see this conflict to be larger or to be existed inside Iraq. Right. And I don't think so that the Iranian supporters are larger than American supporters, but I feel that the majority silence in Iraq are neither with Iran nor with the United States as well.
That's interesting. But as far as the United States is concerned, it must burn so badly for them to know that they've spent billions and billions, arguably even trillions of dollars of U.S. taxpayer money in Iraq, only to have civilians and politicians looking for ways to legally get these troops out of the country. Because even from your perspective, they don't want anyone's military involvement in Iraq anymore. Will the U.S., though, do you think, perhaps continue to kind of force the issue? They want to have some sort of presence there because this is billions of dollars of their money and their men they feel they've sacrificed to be in Iraq.
Well, let me tell you that United States has established the political processes in Iraq since 2003. Unfortunately, they knew that the political process isn't working in Iraq perfectly. So I would say that rather than supporting the corrupt elite, political elite in Iraq, including those who are now the Shia, majority government, or the Kurds in the north, they should have pushed to establish the state institution, and that institution would provide Iraqis with security, with services and employment, and boost the economy. I don't think so Iraqis would be objecting on the United States military presence if that presence wouldn't, used as a threat to the neighboring countries. And that is what the question. So United States presence as a military presence in Iraq wanted to, or they are working on establishing Iraq security forces on the basis of professionalism and having forces to deter any foreign, threat against Iraq. Okay. But at the same time, these forces are divided, because one forces belongs to the north and one forces belongs to the south, and that is really the chaos which United States to be blamed about it, because they are spending a lot of money on a dysfunctional project without any outcome in the near future.
Okay, Ismael Alsodani, thank you so much for joining us there from Baghdad. We appreciate your insight.